Hello everybody! Would you like to improve your vocabulary knowledge in English? You're in the right place. Think of a factory that makes furniture. What do they need to carry on with their production? They need timber and raw material in their storehouse. That is to say, in order to produce, we need input. We are not going to produce furniture, of course. We will be producing the English language. And we're going to do that by speaking and writing in English. That's why we need input. We need timber. How are we going to provide ourselves with this input? And what is our input going to be? Well, we can get this input from reading and listening texts. But in order to understand and absorb these reading and listening texts, we need to know a wide range of vocabulary. Everything is linked to each other. Like I said, in order to produce language, to speak and write in English, our storehouse needs to be full. It doesn't have to be packed like for the time being, whatever you have should be enough. But as I said, this is only for the time being. In time, with the right strategy and technique, you will be able to fill this storehouse. In this video, I will show you how to fill this storehouse and how to keep it full. Let me warn you about this technique before I go ahead. It is not something you can finish in 5 minutes. You need consistency and hard work. So if you're on the lazy side, this technique might not be right for you. But if you say, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to improve my vocabulary knowledge, this technique will help you fulfill that aim. Keep tuned. For instance, you're watching a movie, or reading an article, or listening to an English song. You come across a word that you don't know. What do? You can continue doing what you were doing by quickly looking up the meaning in a dictionary. But if you really want to put that vocabulary in your vocabulary storage and make use of it in your future productions, you need more than that. Our main aim shouldn't be to put this word in our short-term memory. Yet, our aim should be to put this word in our long-term memory. And how are we going to do that? We're going to keep a vocabulary journal, or you can call it a vocab journal. What you need to do is very easy. You can keep a vocab journal in any notebook or jotter you have. Let's say you are at beginner level. No problem. This technique will help you greatly. Or your English level is around intermediate level. Then again, no worries. You can use this technique. You can even make use of this technique if you're advanced level. Like I said, your English level doesn't matter. Let me show you a real example. The only thing you need to do is to flip your notebook and draw 6 columns. As I said before, in order to know a word, you need to know its different forms, its adjective form, noun form, or verb form. You need to know its definition. You need to be able to use this word in a meaningful sentence. You should maybe know its synonyms and collocations, if there are any. I can easily fill the first 4 columns with the Cambridge Dictionary and with the Longman Dictionary. In order to find synonyms, words with the same meaning but written differently, I use www.thesaurs.com. It's a very efficient synonym dictionary. In order to find collocations, and by collocations I mean words that go together, I use www.osdic.com. Here you can find a lot of collocations. You don't need to write all of them down in your vocab journal, but you can pick some of them. Let's look at one word together. The word I chose is suffer, the verb suffer. The noun form of suffer is suffering, and an adjective form I found is insufferable. The definition of suffer is to experience physical or mental pain. As an example sentence, I chose, she is suffering a lot of pain. And in terms of synonyms, I chose endure and go through. As for collocations, I found suffer from something. Just like that, you can create your own vocab journal. You can choose your own color or your own style. There is no right or wrong answer while keeping a vocab journal. You are free to do whatever you want. If you want, for example, you can write the translation of the word just below the word. What I mean is, you can write down however it is said in your mother tongue. Translating these words into your mother tongue shouldn't be the main focus of the study, but it is okay to write down the translation if that makes you feel more comfortable. You are free to do whatever you want. Isn't that amazing? You can choose which word to include in your vocab journal or which word not to include. Again, you can choose whatever example sentence you want to write down, or you can choose whatever synonym you want to write down. Keeping a vocab journal is a flexible technique. As I said, you will have to adapt it to your learning habits and to your learning needs. If you want to keep your vocab journal on your computer or on your smartphone, you can use Notes, Word, Excel, or Google Docs to do a similar study, whatever you feel more comfortable with. So, let's say we have kept the vocab journal. What next? Do you think it is enough just to keep the vocab journal and let the words there? Of course not. Revision is a must. You must revise those words. By revising those words for 10 to 15 minutes on a daily basis, you can transfer these words, their meanings and their forms, into your long-term memory. As they say, practice makes perfect. You can do some short quizzes or some question and answer sessions with your study mates, your partners, or your children, if you have any. You can have a look at it before performing a writing task and keep it next to you while doing the writing task. Sometimes you might not be able to remember what the word you were looking for was, but thanks to the daily revision you're going to do, you will remember that the word is there. You might even remember on what page it is. Then open your journal and bam, use the word in a meaningful sentence. I have been using this technique with my students for quite some time. I have witnessed that the ones who are following this technique on a daily basis have broadened their vocabulary knowledge greatly. You don't have to integrate this technique into your English learning journey word by word. You can make some alterations and fit it to your learning needs. I don't claim that this vocab journal has to be kept exactly the way I tell you. No, never. This is a flexible technique that you can adapt to your learning habits. Another crucial advice I can give you about this vocab journal is to turn it into a living document. What do I mean by that? What is a living document? Keep it with you at all times. On the bus, on the subway, on the underground. Take it to a cafe with you. Take it to work, take it to school. Have a look at it whenever you have the time. There are countless ways to practice these words in your vocab journal. I'm planning to look at that in another video. You can find the online dictionaries I recommend in this video in the description part below. I hope you will start keeping a vocab journal to help you with your English learning journey. Remember, you can improve your vocabulary knowledge with this technique, but revision and hard work are the key elements to the success of this technique. Good luck and bye for now.